So hi, I'm KayleyMelissa and my hair has been on a journey. This is actually the beginning of a little series I want to do on rehabbing my hair, and I would like to start it all by showing you guys where my before was. This was about 7 or 8 months ago, and yeah, it's not great. About a year before this footage, I had my hair absolutely fried. It was a series of unfortunate events. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not judging anybody. I'm just noting that the amount of breakage I experienced after that was insane. Like every time I would brush my hair, just snowflakes falling of broken hairs, and it was so sad. And I tried to do some things to stop it. It didn't really work, and so that's why the ends look the way that they do. But also I ended up having a really hard time with my physical health and my mental health, and so I just didn't really put upkeep into my hair, period, but definitely into my color or my cut, and so that's why everything is super grown out there. So I want to just do a few videos scattered over the next couple months where I talk about taking my hair from that place to where it is now, but also like even healthier hopefully than it is, and just take you guys along my like trial and error journey that I've been on and am going on. Today is kind of part one of that. We're just talking about getting just the cut and the color back together, looking okay, without causing an additional snowfall of breakage. That's the goal. And I'm actually gonna finish filming this video later this week when I get my hair colored. So right now, I don't know if this works out for me, but I'm really, really hopeful. So let's figure this out together. But first, we are going to talk about how I got from that before image about 6 months ago to where I am now. Okay, so 7 months ago, I found myself in the unenviable place of having to find a hairstylist and kind of revamp my hair completely. My first move was just to, like a true 90s kid, go on Google, start typing around and look for like cool salons in my area. I feel like that's always a good place to start, but then Instagram has to be step number 2, because you can scroll through the Instagram of each salon and kind of get a general feel for what it's like. Some things that I really love to look for is just like overall, like that all of the hair is looking really good, because like they're choosing to put this on their Insta. So if you don't like it or it's not up to the quality that you're looking for, skip. If at any point they talk about like the ongoing education that they're doing for the stylist, immediate green flag. Because as a stylist, like you always have to be learning more and keeping up with things. And I found that salons that really like harbor that like sense of education and growth in that way tend to have much better outputs as well. And generally, you're looking for any hair that you would like to copy and paste onto your head. And by that I mean like the results, the cut, the color. Say, I like that and I want to put it onto my head. That's the greenest of flags. So I was going through and I was looking at so many different Instagrams, and as I did it, I was hearting any ones that I would like copy and pasted onto my head. And I noticed as I was doing that I was hearting a lot of the same stylists over and over and over again. And I was like, that is also the greenest of flags. And you know, from there you can go onto their individual feeds and take a look and compare and contrast there as well. Have we noticed now that I'm a complete nerd though? This is more than you have to put in. Honestly, it's so much more work than you have to put in, but this is what I did. So from doing all of that, I ended up with 2 salons and 3 stylists between the 2 that I was really excited about. Up first, we have Kelly from Kayley. What I really liked about her work was the dimension in it. That's when you can see a lot of highs and lows in it without it looking like stripey. And I was thinking at the time that like I would like to really go for more dimension. I thought it would be fun to play around with, so I was like, this seems great. I also really liked the tones that she was choosing for a lot of her blondes. I felt like that would look good on me. Number 2 is Strictly Hair, or Sam Strickland from Luxe Salon. I really loved how blended everything looked, like polar opposite. Blend was all over this one, like teeny tiny baby micro lights. And I was like, you know what? It's kind of awesome that it looks like that is just like growing out of that person's head like that. Like that is cool. I do like that, because there's still dimension in her work, because it's really easy once you get like super blendy to lose dimension. She still had it, and I was like, oof, okay, noted. And then the third one was Caitlin from Kayley. She's actually the owner. She does a ton of education on color, and I could just tell has so much passion for what she does, and I was like, oh, we could hair nerd out together so hard, but also like her work was beautiful as well. So those are the 3 that I was working off of. I decided for my first one to go to Kelly from Kayley. Let's journey back in time to see what past Kayley was looking for in her future hairstyle. Okay, first thing I want is just to be brighter, and honestly, I don't hate the amount of lightness on the ends of my hair. I just want that up here as well. The second thing I want is some dimension. I want some highlight and contour. in the hair. Third, I want it to grow out kind of seamlessly. Like, I mean, this is very diffused, the line on this here, and I kind of like that. But the most important thing to me is that I want to create the least damage that we can while getting me a little bit brighter and more dimensional. So if I have to go darker than my inspo images, I am okay with that. I want healthy, happy hair. And for the haircut, my biggest goal is to cut my dead ends off. These ends are driving me crazy. They're very, very petrified. And the thing is, when you have healthy ends that are cut kind of blunt, it makes your hair look so much fuller. Whereas right now these wispy ends are making my hair look thinner, and I don't want that. But then my next goal, I want some light, wispy, movementful layers, and then a little bit of exaggerated face framing. That's basically what I'm trying to do with my cut and color. So with all that said, I think it's time to go to the salon. I had a lovely time with Kelly. She is a little ray of sunshine, and once I was done, I took so many photos because I honestly really, really loved it. And I am sad that somehow I lost the footage of me doing the afters here. Hate that for us, but here are some photos and here are some videos of how it looked after the fact. And here is my Christmas morning hairstyles video that I filmed like a month later, so you can get an idea of how it looked once it was done. And this is how it's looking 6 months later. I have to say, it has worn extremely well, and I have been so happy with the color. I also really liked the haircut quite a bit, although I have been kind of chopping at these pieces a little bit. And overall, I have been really happy with it. I've enjoyed the dimension, I've enjoyed the grow out. The only thing that I've been kind of about is that I feel like there's more of a distinct line here than I would like. I just feel like you can kind of see like where I got my hair colored last. And the other thing is that because she does macro lights, which are like when you take a big piece of hair and highlight it instead of like a littler piece of hair, macro light. Because that's her style and I didn't have a lot of color through like the inside of my hair here where it's really dark, it kind of looks a little bit more stripy than I would like. And I've been having a hard time with half updos and having like a little stripe kind of hanging out here or there. It's not ideal. But overall, like given that I liked the hair color so much and I liked the haircut and I had such a good time hanging out with her, like she honestly, okay, low key, she asked the best questions of any hairstylist. I was like, wait, how are you doing this? I feel like I'm on Hot Ones. Like, wow, that's such a good question. So all the things involved, I could 100% go back again and I think I could be like, hey, like I'm not loving like this thing and this thing. Could we do that a little bit different this time? And I think she would be able to nail it. I really, truly do. But the thing is, I think I have realized through this, I might not just be as much of a macro lights girly. I'm missing that like blendy blend that you get from baby lights, which are little tiny pieces of hair that you take into highlights. So I decided I wanted to try somebody else for this round. We're gonna see. I might end up coming back to Kelly. She was lovely. But I just wanna see. I just wanna know. We'll find out. So for this one, I'm gonna go see Sam at Luxe Salon. One of my biggest reasons is that I loved how blendy her work is. We'll see from there what I'm feeling after that. So my first goal for this hair color is blend. I want it blended. That being said, I do want to maintain some definition because I do love that. And number 3 is that I want to be brighter, not a lot, because I really, really like this color, but I'd really love for it to be a little bit more summer ready. So maybe just like this, but if I went and hung out at a beach for like a week and had my hair down the whole time, like whatever that would be. And then the most important thing for me is maintaining the health of my hair. So I'm gonna be talking with her about like bond building things that we can put into the formula, like Olaplex or K18 while she's doing my hair. But also like which kind of calls do we need to make? Do I need to go darker than my ideal in order to keep my hair as healthy as possible? Like what can we do? Because that is my primary concern. Hopefully I'll be getting my hair cut as well. And for that, I really just want to kind of trim these ends back up, so probably like to here, and then yeah, exaggerated face frame, long layers through the rest of it. And yeah, that is what I'm trying to do. I am nervous. I hope that it goes well. We're gonna find out together. So next time you guys see me, I will either be in the salon or back from the salon, depending on how shy I am once I get there. Okay, I was a little bit brave, but not a lot. So we are back in the studio with a dun 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 hair reveal. I hope you like it because I feel like it's so cute. Can we talk about the tones? I love these like bright little warm pieces. I love all of this little, like, look how well this is blended at my root. You can't tell that there was kind of a line. It is gonna grow out so well. And I checked and the back is more blended, so we are ready for half updos. And I must say, I love how these pieces are falling. They're stellar. I love how the layers hit. Additionally stellar. And she did such a good job with being gentle with my hair. Like, she was so, like, respectful is the word that comes to mind, because it's like she understood that that was important to me and she took the extra time with that, which made me so happy. She did a lower volume developer and let my hair kind of process a little bit slower. We used Olaplex in the formula, and then we used, what was the other thing? I was gonna say Fabuloso, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not it. Kerastase Fusio, that's what it was. So we know Olaplex, it's a bond builder. It goes in, and as bonds are breaking, because that happens when you bleach your hair, it caps the ends and connects them to keep more damage from happening. But then Fusio is basically like a protective layer that goes over your hair at the end. It's full of amidimethicone, which, to really shrink it down, kind of goes in and looks for damaged areas on your hair, and then it just onto it like a band-aid, and kind of helps to keep the bad things out and the good things in, and kind of replace those broken or missing cuticle layers. It's an oversimplification, but that's kind of what it is. So that is what we put over the top of my hair. It's supposed to last like 4 to 6 weeks on the hair, which I love. Also, if you want to see a tutorial for how I did my hair today, I posted a quick little short one on TikTok and Instagram. I forgot to say, Sarah, absolutely lovely, and I'm sorry for calling her Sam twice earlier in the video. She did the most thorough consultation I've had in so long. I felt like we were on the same page. I felt like we executed along like what we had talked about. It was lovely. I will say, I do have 2 things that I kind of learned from this that I'm gonna share with you guys though. First things first, this is a mistake that I made, and I'm completely taking responsibility for this. My hair is about 2 inches shorter than I wanted it to be. Here's what had happened. I recycled the same hairstyle images that I used last time I went in. And last time I went in, I did want it this short. So I had all of the pictures of the hairstyles were this length. This time I wanted it longer, but I showed her the same pictures and I said, okay, yeah, I want this haircut just longer. And I really should have just taken the extra time and found pictures of the length of the haircut that I wanted. Because here's the thing, and I did mean to say this earlier, when you go in, a lot of times people ask me, like, what do you say to the hairstylist? Like, you want to speak the hairstylist language so that you can get the result that you're looking for. But what I have to say about that is, you could tell 50 different hairstylists that you want a level 9, slightly warm balayage with a shattered root and dimension, and you would get 50 different hair colors. Like, they would be similar, but they would be different. Because at the end of the day, the best way to communicate what you're looking for is gonna be a picture. You don't have to try to learn how to speak hairstylist. Honestly, a lot of times when people try to speak hairstylist, they're accidentally using the wrong words, and sometimes it makes it harder to understand. So honestly, showing a picture and being like, I like this part of the picture, I like this part, I do not like this, it goes so much farther. And it can communicate a lot more than you're saying with words. But as far as recreating the haircut that I showed her from the pictures, she nailed it. Like, copied and pasted. I am honestly like really impressed. I think it's actually a really cute length. I've really been wanting to do a wave routine on my hair and just see if I can get some waves out of it. And I feel like now that I have a little bit less length, I have more shot at it because there's less weight on my hair, which is exciting. Let me know if you guys want to see that content. I really think it would be fun. Number 2, and this one is also my fault, I've learned that I think I need to start communicating more about how bright I like my ends to be when I'm done, because I really dislike how muddy blonde gets between like when you first get it and then when you go back in to get it touched up. It's almost unavoidable. I've honestly been trying so hard this time around to be like heat protectant and clarifying it. I've got a filtered shower head. Like, I'm doing all the right stuff to have my ends and my blondes still look so good, but they were still kind of muddy. And so a big part of what I love when I get my hair colored is getting those muddy tones out of my ends and out of the middle of my hair. But that requires pulling bleach through a lot of the hair to pull those tones out. And I ask for the healthiest, happiest hair that I could end up with. So Sarah, doing a great job as a hairstylist, didn't end up pulling a ton of bleach down the ends of my hair, which meant that I still have It's so slight, I feel bad even saying it, but I know I cannot be the only neurotic blonde out here. So I wanted to throw this out here in case you run into this, and that way I can help you like talk with your hairstylist about it. It's a tiny bit lighter and sparklier up here and a little bit muddier and darker down here. Not a ton, just enough to annoy a neurotic blonde. So what I would say next time, and what you can totally say to your stylist as well, is like, hey, these muddy tones in my hair really bother me. I don't really want to see too many of them at the end of our session today. What can we do to make sure that they are lifted and we pull some of this discoloration out? And the answer can be a lot of things. Some stylists like to tip out the ends, which is where you just put bleach on the ends for like a couple of minutes at the very end of processing. Some people will do a bleach bath, some people will do a Malibu C treatment. There's a few different options, but you can talk through that with your stylist then, and then that way you guys are on the same page and they can take that step into their plan for your hair. Because it's not a bad or a wrong thing for a hairstylist to do. It has the benefit of being good for your hair to not pull bleach all the way through it. It just comes down to your personal taste. Honestly, all that said, I am really happy with how this turned out. I feel like I really got to where I was trying to be with my hair. I'm kind of like excited to play around with this length, honestly, because it's a really cute length for a lot of the trends that are going on right now. So I think it'll be fun. I'm also just so happy to be in a place where I can actually take care of myself and my hair now. Like, I wanted to make this video partially because like I want to show you guys like this is what I ask for when I go into the salon, and this is how you can talk to your hairstylist and all of that, but also because like I just want to normalize that in life you will find yourself in a point that you feel like you have to come back from. And that's such a sucky feeling. And I don't know about you, but like for me, I ended up with so much shame. Like, how did I get here? Why am I here? What did I do wrong? Like, how could I have let this happen? And it's life. It's being a person. It's hard. But also, I feel like the feelings that you get when you're just like haven't found a spot that works for you yet are so similar to that place where you feel like you have to come back, because both of them are like a journey toward yourself. Wow, we're getting deep. So I'm not wrong though, that is what it is. It's hard sometimes to find yourself in a spot where you don't feel like you're really close to who you are or who you want to be, and you have to make steps to go that way, but it's worth it. Even though it's scary and vulnerable, and you're gonna have to combat the shame monster, and you're gonna have to be uncertain and all of this stuff, it's worth it. I'm really, really, really excited that I did all of those things and we're here now, and my hair is looking fresh and clean and great. And I hope all of you guys are able to find those steps in whatever category it is. It might not be hair. Here's just what I talk about. I hope all of the good things for you. It's been a really, really hard years as people on this planet. So just want you to know I'm rooting for you. All that being said, I'm gonna reel it back in. This has been my little first step towards getting my hair to like happy and healthy and rehabbed. We have the cut and color together. The next video is gonna be all about getting my hair more healthy, because I've been on that journey as well over the past like 6 or 7 months. And honestly, it's made such a big difference on my hair. I'm really excited to share with you guys like what I've been doing and like the difference that it's made. So that's the next video. I hope you guys join me for that one. But that is it for today over here. So whether you're old or new or a casual lurker, thank you for spending time with me, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah! Bye! I thought I felt this. These little lines. I mean, I love lip balm. I love lip gloss. But the little lines that like happen in the middle of your lips, like what's that about? I need hate green on this stat. Ding, deep, 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 deep.